Welcome back, everyone. This is Akanar here with more Sekiro, where today we are doing a live stream. This is our first live stream here for Sekiro, as well as our first live stream on YouTube. So a very exciting day. I am super pumped. We have been having a lot of fun with Sekiro in general. I absolutely love this game. And we're doing a challenge run. For those who've been following the New Game Plus playthrough, we've been going through Charmless, Bell Demon, New Game Plus challenge run, and we're getting to the point in the game where shit's getting hard. Or at least there's a boss coming up that's going to be very hard. The Great Shinobi Owl. I have already done a little bit of practice or attempts at practice off camera, and it didn't go so well. Dad kicked my ass. Dad was absolutely handing it to me. So I figured, what better time than to try out our first YouTube live stream with a boss grind. So we're going to be practicing against the Great Shinobi Owl today. We may also do a little bit of Headless Ape as well. We'll see. That boss was also giving me a little bit of trouble. But Owl is the required boss if we're going to complete New Game Plus. So that is going to be the main focus for today. And we're just going to try to have some fun, and hopefully you'll have a lot of fun watching me die a lot as I check out the chat over here for the first time, the YouTube chat that I've popped out into my other window here. How are we doing, Joy? Welcome in. Good to see you. Matt is here as well. Hiding chat, apparently. How you doing, Matt? Johannan is here as well. Johannan, how are you today? Welcome in. Time has cometh for parental love. The tender loving care from dear old dad. Gotta love it. Peepo cheer, let's go. YouTube Monka S. I actually see that Monka S because there is apparently, I can see some global emotes for better TV, better Twitch TV. We'll figure out the emote situation here eventually with YouTube. I'm sure it'll be easy. There are certain parts of it that are going to feel easy. Obviously, this is not for those who have been following me over on Twitch for some time. This will not be new territory, because we have done lots of live streaming of the previous FromSoft games. So, but it is a little bit of new territory here as we, make sure all the stream settings are good so far. Bitrate is looking good. No drop frames, knock on wood. All that good stuff. We'll see how the internet holds up here. But why don't we go ahead and look at our item lineup here? I'm not doing anything too fancy just yet. When it comes to part of the fun of doing a live stream like this is that there is potentially some, some tips from chat that can come into the mix. I would say if you have a suggestion or an idea for something that I could do, a combat art to use or a prosthetic tool or whatever it might be, just a general combat tip, let me know that you have a tip first. I still do want to. I haven't done hardly any research into the owl fight, so I don't know, like I did with Lady Butterfly, I haven't really gotten any ideas as to what other people do for this fight. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of figuring out on my own, but it's a tough enough fight where I will probably be asking for some input and at some point, so letting me know that you have a suggestion is the way to go, and then I can call on that raised hand at the appropriate time. Just don't get hit. Yeah, that's the ultimate tip there. Oh, you want some Shadow Rush usage, huh? Okay. We did use Shadow Rush the first time around, didn't we? And that's a good way to spend Spirit Emblems. I do like Shadow Rush. I haven't been using it as much in New Game Plus just because I've been trying to do different things. I had this Ichimonji in here. I loved Ichimonji against Inner Genichiro. And I thought maybe Ichimonji might be a good thing to use when Owl goes for the Lloyd's Talisman move. Maybe? Try to learn all the boss's body language and stay a step ahead. Easy. Hey, Mavian is here. How you doing? Good to see you, Mavian. Hope you're having a good Thanksgiving weekend. Also, that double Ichimonji is super good. I love this double Ichimonji. It doesn't use spirit emblems. It closes distance. You have to use it at the right time. It's not a move that you can just spam, but Owl is kind of similar to Inner Genichiro in that if you do land the Ichimonji, most of his moves are, well, we'll see. The few times that I did get to use it, I was interrupting him, right? He was having to at least block. So, but I don't think that works on every single move. There did seem to be some moves that were non-interruptible. But let's just jump into the fight here and start getting some reps. I'll get my Ungo's Sugar here as I try to learn and stay alive, because the few attempts that I did do off camera was just me dying very quickly. So that's probably going to be how we start here. But I'm going to start with the Ungo's Sugar. Eventually, I do want to transition to using Akko's Sugar as I get better at the fight. But that is one move there. Okay, so he didn't actually damage me. Interesting. Okay, so he doesn't damage you with that kick. He does posture damage. That's a double. Okay, that's a double there. And I'm still with Owl. I'm doing a lot of counters. I'm trying to go for a counter after like the first hit, and it's risky against Owl. Like, because he comes back with his own second swing on so many attacks. So that's where I should try to do Ichimonji. I need to work that into my muscle memory. I guess if I'm quick enough, I can counter. I can counter without him getting the swing back. So if I am quick enough on the counter, but then there's those moves, there's those instances where I try to go for the counter. I'm not sure what the difference is in those situations. There are also cases where I'm just not close enough for the Ichimonji. Now, I like that rhythm, although with Charmless, it's you can still deflect spamming lets you get away with so much. Deflect spamming in this fight without when you don't have to worry about Charmless is it covers over a lot of flaws. So many flaws that are not exposed. Things are fine here. Going to be doing some tutoring. Tutoring. That's awesome. I have done a little bit of tutoring here and there in the past, and it can be challenging, but it can also be very, very rewarding. So I hope you have a lot of fun with that. Otherwise, relaxing and playing some different games. What are you playing these days? I assume that you have been keeping up with streaming. I have not been on Twitch for various reasons, but I'd be interested to know what you've been up to in terms of streaming. You love the music. How you doing there, Tarantula? Good to see you live for once. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good one. And the music in this game in general is awesome. It's hard to focus on the music when you're in the middle of getting your butt whooped by Owl. But the music in this fight is great. That went better than I expected, that first attempt. Let's give it another shot here. Might. I can't heal. Can't heal. I got hit by the talisman. I didn't even notice that. Didn't even notice that I got hit by the Lloyd's talisman. Okay, so most of the time I am actually getting him on with the counter. I guess it's because I'm actually landing the deflect. No, he got me with a shuriken. Went for Ichimonji there. I don't know why I did that. Because Ichimonji is a good move, and I like to do it. Feels like so often that's what's happening to me. Going for that counter move. So I probably just need to start ingraining it in myself to not go for a counter move on the first... after the first swing. Try to go for 2 deflects instead of 1 and then counter. And also, my idea of trying to use Ichimonji when he does the Lloyd's Talisman, there's so much muscle memory from the first time through of dodging. When I see him do that, oh, it's like, oh, dodge to the side. But I want to try, theoretically, I wanted to try Ichimonji and see if it would be quick enough to just step through the Lloyd's Talisman. Maybe I still get hit. I don't know, but that was my thought, was to give that a try. On stream, you've been playing Majora's Mask, a game that I do want to revisit at some point. Still working on God of War. You've been working on that one for a while. Long game, huh? You quit out of Myst 4 and 5 and now onto Viewfinder. I'm glad that you gave them a shot. Does that mean you made it through Myst 3? But Myst 4 and Myst 5 are definitely the... I think 4 in particular is the weakest of the bunch. There were things about 5 that I liked, but they're definitely not the stronger titles in the series, and they have their flaws. Now onto Viewfinder and playing Terraria with friends. Who else was talking about playing Terraria? Oh yeah, Sparky. Sparky was saying he really was into Terraria, and I know Snakes had been into it. That's a game I would probably get into, but there's always a long list of games to work through. Offstream playing Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain. Oh, I was thinking of Rain World for a second. Rain World looks really good. I don't know anything about Risk of Rain. And The Last Faith, don't know that one either. I feel some insubordinatio when fighting his child. I guess his parenting style is ironclad. That stomp was close, Tarantula. That was something that was happening off camera. I was getting stomped so much. I don't think we got hit by the stomp move at all in the first fight, but you get your posture broken so much more often, and it looks like that's when that stomp happens. You get your posture broken, and if he's close enough to you, you're gonna get stomped on. And that was happening all the time the other day. Risk of Rain's music soothes my soul. I've heard good things about that game, but I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about it. Myst 3 was a success. I especially like, I don't remember who the actor is who plays the antagonist. It's like Jeffrey, is it Jeffrey or Bradley? I don't remember his name, but he's had some various roles in TV series. He had a couple roles, I think, in Star Trek. I think both Next Gen and Voyager, but I'm not sure about that. But he's really good. He really makes... he makes that game, in my opinion. The game is fun in general. I think it's actually a pretty well done game, but I really especially like the guy that they got to play the antagonist. We go again. I should be activating my sugar here at the start. Okay, there are counters to be had. There's the stomp, though. Right on cue. Why did we did not die from that? I thought that was a one-hit kill. I thought that was just an instant kill. I should have drunk. Maybe your aggression is okay. Maybe I'm thinking too much about this, the fact that he's hit me on some of my counters. If I'm quick enough and I don't hesitate, because hesitation is defeat, maybe it's okay. He has so much posture though, goddamn. Damn it. No stomp? He went for the stomp so late there. And I went for the Ichimonji so late. God damn it. Okay, that's not a bad one. That feels a little bit like dodging lightning reversal and going into the Ichimonji against Interganichiro. Oh, he did a chasing slice thing there that I wasn't expecting. I thought he was going to do the over I don't know what you call it, nightjar slash move. I'm still going so early sometimes on his swings. I'm expecting him to swing so much faster than he does. He has so many big arcing swings that actually take a lot longer than you're expecting. That was such a late drink. That was a terrible late drink. Right, Brad Dourif is the guy. There you go. Some people told me the name during stream, and then it left my brain. He's a good actor. I really like Brad Dourif. Good stuff. I want to know his hair routine. That braid looks sick as fuck. How in the world would you maintain that hair? That is so much hair to deal with. How in the world would you do that? Oh, and also, that's right, Dourif was Wormtongue. Of course. Man, it's been so long since I've seen those movies. I really should watch them again. I think it's literally been... The last time that I watched the Lord of the Rings movies was like when they came out. I got so into them, like I got like the collector's DVDs and all that stuff, and I watched like literally every single behind the scenes feature. And I think I got so worn out on them that I was like, I'm done. I'm through with Lord of the Rings. It's cool. I got through my Lord of the Rings phase, but it's been long enough now where I really should watch them again. See, I like this routine. But if you get off of rhythm for 1 second, his posture, man, like I can see in some of these exchanges, I'm watching the posture bar, it's so hard to keep it from just instantly going down. Like, we have to do so much more vitality damage. Oh, man, this fight feels a lot like, well, not a lot like Corrupted Monk, but that was the thing I was noticing about Corrupted Monk. Like, I had to do vitality damage against Corrupted Monk, otherwise I was not making any headway. Because the posture would recover so quickly unless I was insanely aggressive. Which is probably why I should be using Akko Sugar. Got the stupid Void's Talisman, which means I can't heal here. We keep saying we're going to marathon them one of these days. I don't know that I want to marathon them. That might be a little too much to ask. One every, you know, couple months or so, I would be okay. Have I watched the director's cut versions at some point? I don't remember. Like, it's been so long. I don't remember exactly what... Like, I had the box set on DVD, but I don't know if it was director's cut. I feel like it was an extended cut, but those are sometimes different than director's cut, so I don't know for sure. Maybe I should just switch to Akko Sugar here. Why don't we just maybe... I don't know. I don't know that either one is going to make that much of a difference. Easy to keep posture when you're actually a ghost illusion. I don't know. It feels like Owl has the same superpower here. Punishing his flip with that dodge into Ichimonji is definitely a move. It does good vitality damage as well, right? And we have to take our openings, I think, to get vitality damage. You ordered food for this, Tarantula? What'd you get? What are you grubbing on? I know, hard to marathon those. Who has an entire week to watch them back to back to back? Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Gotta try. Gotta try. I am trying to be aggressive, but I'm noticing just some of those instances, like at the very end there where we died, where I'm going for, you know, a deflect, counter, deflect, counter. Sometimes Owl punishes that. Or at least it feels like he's punishing that. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I am open to, like, if you see that I'm doing something technically wrong, and like there's a coaching point or a point of improvement that you can suggest, I would also put that under the tips. Like, hey, I have a coaching point that I can share if you're interested. Because I definitely, I think I could use the help at some point here from, I was going to say Twitch chat. It's not Twitch chat, it's YouTube chat. I need to stop instinctively dodging the Lloyd's Talisman, I think. I think I just need to step through it with the Ichimonji. Or at least that's what I said I was going to do. And I haven't actually done it yet. That was too early. And when you're too early, you don't get away with it. With Charmless. I can go for a charge there. I can go for a charge Ichimonji, and it will get vitality damage on the first one. But then he is recovered for the second, where he blocks it. So that kick does not do... The kick does not do vitality damage. It does a lot of posture damage, though. You have to be careful about that, but... There are cues for going back and forth. What do you mean? What were we talking about? Cues for going back and forth on what? Smash burger, cheese fries, and chicken sounds awesome. Sounds like a great... For me, at least, it's Black Friday. That's kind of a... I was going to say it's a good Black Friday meal, but it sounds like a good any day meal. Sounds like a good any day. Hanging out, watching some Sekiro. Watching some Sekiro. That is not something that I've really done yet, is watching other people play the game. We're still trying to work our way through the New Game Plus here, and I feel like there are still some parts of the game that I still don't want to be spoiled on. So I'm trying to maintain a semblance of the blind playthrough experience, even though we're not being as strict. I'm not being as strict about it as I was in the new game. See, yeah, that's where I should not have gone for a swing. Dodging the shuriken is okay, but then I have to be ready. I have to see what he's doing. Now, okay, one thing I am noticing, one pattern I'm starting to notice is when he goes for that, the move that he just did, where he kind of like, I don't know, he reaches back to his left. He puts the sword back down to his left, and then he sort of zooms across from... He goes from your right to your left, and then it looks like he's about to throw out a Lloyd's Talisman. Except that time I countered and I interrupted him. So if I could block that and then go directly into an Ichimonji, that might be a better way to go. Cheese fries? What in tarnation is that? It's French fries with cheese on top. Simple. And awesome. Dang it. Mati has an entertaining Let's Play of Sekiro in the Souls game. Mati. Is this a well-known streamer? I may have heard of Mati before, but I'm not remembering at the moment. Simple and awesome. Agreed. This is a true fact. There's places like In-N-Out Burger, which is more of a West Coast thing in the US. In-N-Out Burger has what they call animal fries, where you put not just cheese on top of the fries, but you also have grilled onions, and they have a special sauce or spread. And there might be something else as well. It's so good. The animal fries are amazing. Smaller YouTuber? Okay. I'll have to check out Mati at some point when I'm ready to digest that content. Elden Ring is another one that is down the road. Down the road for me still. See, that's the one there where it looks like every time he's going into a Lloyd's Talisman. So if I can instinctively go for an Ichimonji instead of the instead of, you know, just a regular counter hit, that would be a great place. I don't know why I didn't block there. Right there, I don't have it instinctively built into my muscle memory yet. We got to work on recognizing it. Dang it. Fuck. Dodging too much. That was a kick. Okay, so it's a little different. I was starting to recognize that one, but that's not the move. I'm thinking, I'm reading that one, that same one where he charged forward. Whoa, what the hell is that? Oh, firecrackers. He almost never does that against me. He almost never does the firecrackers. I don't know why. But I don't know that move well. That's the one. That's the one there, where he comes from right to left. We've got to start doing Ichimonji there. Dang it. Why did I do a thrust there? Why did that work? I don't know why that was a thing. I'm dodging a little bit too much, but I'm kind of getting away with it. Is that another opening there when he goes for the shuriken? Do I have another opening there to Ichimonji or heal? Now, he didn't go for the Lloyd's Talisman, but he still had an opening where he wasn't... Man, I keep getting hit by that counterattack. So even though he didn't go for the Lloyd's Talisman, it still was an opening. Perfect. That's what we want to do. Man, I really need to not do a counter hit there. I need to go for 2 deflects. It's the same thing. Same exact thing. My counter hit is not quick enough. Or I'm not countering quick enough. I don't know if it's my fault. One way or another, it's my fault. I think the key, or the answer, is to deflect twice. But I can't say for sure. Because I'm still learning this game. In-N-Out's burgers are smash burger style. I have never had smash burger, admittedly. Matt apparently knows. Oh, you thought there was a relation to Vati Vidya? Mati Mivio. That's a good name. It looks like he's blocking the second Ichimonji hit when you charge the first one. I wonder if it's different when you don't charge the first one. I have tried a couple times not charging it, Matt. You probably just didn't see them, but I did try both, and he actually blocks the second one no matter what. So I think it's better for us just to go for a charge and get in the extra damage. Does it do? I'm okay with an answer. Does the charge do more vitality damage? I assume it does more posture damage, but does it also do more vitality? Either way, it's worth going for the charge, I think, because the times where I didn't charge it, he blocked the second one no matter what. Let me know when you're ready for more direct advice. If you have, so you're saying you have some more direct advice. Let's get some more attempts in here, but I will probably be open to that down the road here in a minute. But I'm at least having some ideas of my own that I was not having the other day. Because the other day was just complete demolishing. I at least feel like in this case, I'm having some success. Should have gone for charge there. See, that time I was quick enough. So what's the difference? What am I doing differently? Just being quicker. Is that all it is? I'm just being quicker on the counter? A little deflect spamming going on there. Whoops. Didn't deflect for some reason. Got away with that. I read it as that move, and I still managed to somehow block whatever he did, that big move that knocks me back. See, that is, I feel like, the thing that is hitting me the most. Now, that time I was not behind him, so he blocked both of them. If I go behind him, he does take vitality damage on the first one. Deflect spamming. Thought I could get away with a drink. Obviously not. Now's when I need a drink. That's the one. Okay, we're starting to read it and do Ichimonji as the response. I like it. I should maybe go for a hit there when I dodge in. Not an Ichimonji. That's not the way. We got a death blow, folks. That is the first time that I've gotten a death blow against this motherfucker. So we're making progress. Progress. I guess we can chill out and wait for our Lloyd's Talisman to go away, and I can also take a moment and read chat. Because he doesn't go to the next phase until I go close to him, right? It does do a tiny bit more vitality damage, then I'll take it. Any little extra I can get. Nope, there he goes. Okay. Not an infinite time limit. So now I forget what he does differently. No, there's poison in the second phase. That's the thing, right? And then there's this move. So he has that smoke screen move, and he has the poison. The poison, yeah. Yay, poison. My favorite. My favorite. And we can't use this because the Lloyd's Talisman also disables these, doesn't it? So we're screwed. What was he delaying for? Okay, so I forgot how we were supposed to deal with the poison. The way that we dealt with the poison before was, I guess, to get away. Because if you go forward, the poison cloud is, you're gonna get hit by the poison if you go forward. So backward is the way to get out of poison? I don't know. That dodge plus deflect was sick. I don't know which one you were talking about there. I did get in a bit of a flow. That was the first real flow that I felt with this fight. Doing it with Charmless Bell Demon. So that felt really good. That was very encouraging. The goal today, the goal is to get a victory. I don't want to necessarily grind until, you know, we're getting like victory after victory after victory, because ultimately I still want to make the next pre-recorded episode for the New Game Plus playthrough. And I want there maybe to be a little bit of drama with that. So we're going for 1 win. And then, you know, we'll see, you know, if we get there, how long it takes. And maybe we can work in some Headless Ape attempts. If time permits. But that is the goal for today. Don't know, always assumed all hits from special attacks are the same as normal hits. So we're talking about the vitality damage. Can't tell if it's my internet or there's some skipping frames going on. Terrible weather over here. I do have a sprinkling of drop frames. It says 127 drop frames, but in general, the bitrate has been looking pretty stable, and it is pretty awesome, I gotta say. Streaming over here on YouTube does have the major benefit of an increased bitrate, a majorly increased bitrate. Like, we're streaming at 1440p, which is something you could not even get close to on Twitch. They say they do 1080p, but you really can't get 1080p with the 6K bitrate they allow. We're doing 18, I say 18K, not 18K, it's 18 meg bitrate. So, from what I saw, at least, looking at a little bit of the video myself, it looks pretty clean. It's so much better than it would on Twitch, I have to say. Halfway there, maybe, and halfway there at least. Lloyd, the famous 14th century Japanese guy. Is there an actual canon name for the for whatever Owl is using? It's not Aloy's Talisman, obviously, but I don't know what the canon name is, if there is a canon name. Off topic here, did you look into SOTC? Remind me what SOTC is. That's a lot of P. 1440 worth of P. And no lies either. How is Lies of P? Has anybody played that game here? I've heard people that are into the Souls games also like to check out Lies of P. I have not looked into it myself. Oh, Shadow of the Colossus. I did look into it, and it does look like a cool game. The problem I have is just there's so many cool games to play, and I'd like to work through the games that I have actually in my library before I get around to buying new games, if I can help it. Talos Principle 2 was a deviation from that because it's Talos Principle 2, but it did look very cool. Shadow of the Colossus does seem like a game that I would enjoy. But it would be much further down the road. I can't guarantee that it would be something that we would record, but I will consider it. Stream looking lovely today, Lance. Just a bit of banter. Okay, there we go. Just a bit of banter. Got to read between the lines in the both Twitch chat and YouTube chat. You were unimpressed with Lies of P, but a lot of others have definitely enjoyed it. Okay, okay. It's okay-ish, but to me it felt overly stiff and rigid. It's hard to replicate what FromSoft does, isn't it? Lies of 1440p. You have a very unpopular opinion of SOTC. As you know, as long as it's not like, you know, as long as it's spoiler free, and even then, like, it's hard for me when I don't really have any knowledge of the game at all. So spoilers of SOTC would be much less impactful than like spoilers of Elden Ring. But I would say, you know, if you have a spoiler free, unpopular opinion, feel free to share it. Tarantula may disagree, but that's opinions on the internet. Everybody has disagreements. Okay, it's up to you, Matt. Let's keep going here with Aldo and see if we can get back to that. Oh, get back to that second death blow. What am I going to do against the poison? What do you all do against the poison in phase 2? What is the approach? Just get the hell away, right? I'm going forward, and that seems like the wrong way to go. I could not see. I could not fucking see, my dude. You had me locked in the corner, and I'm now trying to panic heal. Okay, get it together here. Get it together. I need to treat this like Inner Genichiro and not panic heal. I mean, every fight should be that way. But Inner Genichiro in particular, I had to wait for certain particular moments. And it's okay. You can wait for certain particular moments because if you're deflecting properly, you're not taking vitality damage. So just keep doing the fight until the healing moment presents itself. Don't panic heal. You do have to deflect properly, though, in order to not take damage. Dang it. I can't go for a counter hit there. I can't go for a counter hit. Even though sometimes it's okay, it feels like on that one in particular, I'm taking the hit from him, which is half my health and no good. You blame nostalgia for being defensive about that game. I have some serious nostalgia. There are certain games that I have so much nostalgia about, but it's been so long since I played them, I don't want to go play them again, because I just want the nostalgia to stay intact. I don't want that to be broken. Food is arriving soon. Let's go. You can only eat rice so often, gets a bit grubby. That is true. That's one of the great things about doing reflections, is you can use your items that otherwise that would be lost forever. But in the reflections, they're not. So yeah, that's not a bad idea to use rice, because that heal over time. Where would you just use the rice in place of a gourd? So put rice, or even like a sweet rice ball, on the bar. This recovers vitality. This recovers for vitality and posture. These are both really good. We could put one on the bar. I'm not using any prosthetics. Not using Chasing Slice. I don't know if I'm supposed to. We also have some skill points to spend. We do have skill points to spend. I was looking at this earlier. I've never unlocked this Fang and Blade. I don't know if that's good. Praying Strikes Exorcism. Don't really like Praying Strikes, so I wasn't in a rush to buy this. But there is this Ashina Cross. Don't know. You just don't know until you use it. Johannan was saying Shadow Rush, aka Shadowfall, could be a nice one to work into the mix. Would you use Shadowfall in the same places that we're using Ichimonji, probably, I guess? You're going to say the Lloyd's Talisman is just a huge ball of wasabi. It is green, and it stings. So that's a good call. Okay, I thought you were being both humorous and making a suggestion, Johannan, but I do think that... regarding poison. Sure. But if we've been hit, the other problem I was having with the poison is I was getting hit by the wasabi as well. Okay. Some thoughts, some ideas. But let's keep going. We did get in a very good rhythm, even without any other skills or items. So ultimately, as it always seems to come back to in Sekiro, is proper fundamentals. I don't know. Okay, I read that move as the sideways. That one is a frontward when he's charging at you. It's not the same as the lateral move that transitions into Lloyd's Talisman. Too late on the deflect. See, sometimes it connects. And I don't understand. can't go for an Ichimonji. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. That is not the spot for an Ichimonji. When he delays his stomp, he does leave himself wide open. Because he delays it and you're able to dodge it. But I dodged too much. I dodged twice there when I should have just dodged or rolled and gone into the Ichimonji. If we can work that in, that's another nice little counter. But it also means that you're about to get stomped, which means you got your posture broken. So ideally we avoid that as well. As always, the answer to all this is get good. Fundamentals are king. Agreed. The famous, ever wise words of Hornet. Get good. Now that's the move. Because he really makes it apparent that he's coming from the side. I know there's a, when you say apparent against Owl, there's a pun in there. I'm going to resist making said pun. Just going to point out that it exists. Now, why do I go for Ichimonji? That's not an Ichimonji opening. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't even know if it's an opening for anything. I'm doing... Okay, I see sort of what's happening there. Because I'm dodging and then attacking, it's doing the counter. Maybe if I hold R1, I do the counter thrust, which is quicker, question mark? Let's get a hydrate. I'll just go ahead and say it. Take your finger off of the dodge button. Stop dodging. I do it way too often. I definitely do it way too often. I think it's because there are moments in Sekiro where it feels like you get knocked off. Like, even if you... Like, there are moves like kicks, or when somebody, like, puts their shoulder into you that sort of stutter you for a moment. And I feel the same instinct there, where... The same instinct that I have when I'm knocked on the ground is, oh, I got a safety roll. I gotta get back to my standing, ready to guard position. But I don't know that that's the case. I think you might actually be able to just continue to deflect. You just take posture damage. There's little details like that that I've never really ironed out in my mind. And so I instinctively go... I still go back to some of those Dark Souls... Some of that Dark Souls muscle memory to roll. After playing a bunch of Sekiro, you actually swapped the dodge and jump buttons. Felt better to you? Swapping jump and dodge. Interesting. Ow. Finally got the posture broken by the kick. But that was not a bad sequence. Damn it. Too late on the deflect. And why am I going? Well, I got lucky because he went for Lloyd's. But I was about to get punished again there. Probably should have drunk. Okay, I, for some reason, saw that as a Lloyd's talisman. It was not. It was not. Armored Core has like 4 buttons for dodge and boost. What the hell? I can understand why people like the, from what I've seen of Armored Core, I can see it would be really fun. It just doesn't appeal to me for whatever reason. Not my thing. Although now that you say it has that many dodge buttons, maybe I should give it a closer look. Since I'm so in love with it in Sekiro. Shit. Fuck. Okay, I will ask a real question. What is supposed to be the response to the kick? Am I supposed to just be deflecting the kick? Is it as simple as that? Because maybe it's one of these things where I'm thinking that, you know, when I first faced Guardian Ape, when I first faced Demon of Hatred, that there's some, you know, out of the ordinary kind of enemy, and I have to treat them differently because they're so big. When you can actually just deflect all, basically all of their attacks. Is the kick the same way? Oh, I'm definitely a fries before burger. I'm definitely about the fries before the burger. I think Matt is burger before fries. But to me, now I eat in and out a lot, so it may vary. Your mileage may vary depending on the burger place you go to. But to me, the fries are much better the fresher they are off of the out of the oven, out of the fryer. Because I can kind of keep the burger still pretty warm. I can put the I like to put the burger kind of in the oven, not like I have a gas oven, so that it actually has a residual warmth even if it's not powered on. So I keep that in there, eat the fries, pop the burger out, and it's still pretty warm. Put fries in burger. That is the 5-head idea there, Joy. You know nothing of my burger fry habits. I don't know what they are these days. I just remember a while ago you told me, specifically in response to me saying fries before burger, you said, oh no, I'm burger before fries. But that may have changed. You know, people change over the years. And that might have been a while ago. Not close enough. Why am I didn't dodge to the side, apparently. Oh, well. See, that move, all of a sudden, he's been pulling that out a little bit. I don't know what I've done to induce that move to show up. I don't know what the response is to that. It's like a shoulder butt. God damn it. Ooh, I just was late. I just was late. Shoulder butt. What's up, Ak? How you doing there? Is it Gar? I think I recognize your icon there. Maybe I've seen you in the comments. Feel free to remind me. But welcome to the stream. Good to see you. We're getting our boss grind on today. We are doing a lot of dying, as is the case when you're doing Charmless Spell Demon against Owl. I don't remember actually doing anything specific about the kick. I'd worry about what comes after the kick, which is the shuriken, which I've been dodging lately. I don't know if that's a good move or not, but probably not. I probably should be. It feels okay to me to like dodge arrows and dodge shuriken. Do you? Because maybe I'm wrong about this. I don't often notice these details, but you don't actually inflict posture damage on the enemy if you deflect their projectile, do you? Maybe I'm wrong about that. You can deflect the kick? Okay. I should probably do that. That's the first step, is just deflect it. You've been watching the Sekiro playthrough and commented. I really enjoy the nice comments, and I think you're one of those people that has been leaving those encouraging comments that you've been enjoying the playthrough. We're doing our first live stream today just because we're at that stage of New Game Plus where we've got to get good. And we've got to do some practicing, and it's a little more than I probably would want to squeeze into a pre-recorded episode. Some people do that. I guess some people will, you know, record over multiple days, which is always an option. I like the idea of just being able to sit down and record for one session, for one episode. One session equaling one episode. Feels a little more consistent in my mind, but we'll see. How you doing there, ASYT? How did you get that Sekiro outfit? Are you referring to the Sekiro outfit? We are in this is potential spoiler territory for me, because there may be more outfits than this. I don't actually know, so don't tell me if there are. But when you get to New Game Plus, you do unlock the ability to have alternate outfits. And one of them here is the memory of a shinobi that once served Ashina. It is accompanied by a debt of gratitude to the one who took his arm and graced him with the name Sekiro. So we have our original outfit here that we could switch back to, but we've been rocking the Sekiro outfit here for New Game Plus. I would have thought that we would have earned another outfit by now, but we have not. So I don't know if and when that is going to be a thing. One of those things that I have still not discovered for myself. Oh, really? If we're talking about in and out, you have a very specific fry strategy that puts the fries first? Okay, you'll have to remind me of that. You respect the grind. I'm curious, on Twitch, you got lots of followers. What's the decision to stream on YouTube versus Twitch? I may miss something. There are various reasons. There are a few different reasons that I may go into later. The main one is that I wanted to try it out here. We've been doing the playthrough. I've really enjoyed doing the pre-recorded format for Sekiro here on YouTube. That has been so much fun. It has allowed me to, when I'm playing the game for the first time, it has allowed me to kind of focus on the game, because trying to balance playing a game for the first time and also balancing Twitch chat or any sort of internet chat, I found in the long run, we had a lot of fun with each of the previous FromSoft games, but eventually with both Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, I found that it was a lot for me to deal with. It was a lot for me to try to, the mental energy trying to go back and forth between focusing and absorbing a new zone in a FromSoft game for the first time, and all that is new enemies, bosses, dialogue, NPCs, whatever it is, and then also dealing with Twitch chat. I found it to be a little more than I wanted for my first playthrough experience, and I've had a lot more fun doing it here with Sekiro, where I kind of get to do a very focused experience going through the game for the first time. Now that we are here at this stage of the game, The boss grind, where you're working on one particular boss or a couple different bosses over and over and over and over, that is, in my mind, much more appropriate for a live stream. So that's why we're here. We're also trying out just to see what it's like streaming on YouTube. I have to say, I like the fact that I can up my bit rate. My bit rate is like 3 times higher than it was on Twitch, so the quality of the stream is a lot better. You're getting to watch the action, the Sekiro action, without, first of all, in 1440p, but also with a lot less blurriness. I think it's great. Hopefully that answers at least part of your question. Sekiro to me was one of those games that you could come back to 4 years later and still remember almost every detail. It might be my favorite. I have not played Elden Ring yet. We'll get to Elden Ring at some point. Probably. Maybe Demon Souls remastered at some point down the road. Who knows? It could be that Sekiro ends up being my favorite. I have absolutely loved it, though. I've absolutely loved it. And the fact that it is such a deviation and it has such a unique feel and atmosphere, it's awesome. Love it. All right, let's get another attempt. Yeah, it's the Sekiro outfit. I'm hoping there's more. I'm hoping there are more to unlock, but I gotta find that out. Gotta find that out for myself. Okay, see, that's fine if I just do that. But I didn't deflect it there. I don't think... I deflected the first kick, but I don't think I deflected the second one, and that's where my posture went to hell. Dang it. Okay, and then he did that move instead of going into a Lloyd's Talisman. There are some subtle variations that seem less common, and they completely catch me off guard. That is another advantage of having of doing like a pre-recorded Let's Play format. It is a little safer against spoilers. I do have a pretty pro mod team that even when we were doing things on Twitch, I really didn't have to worry about spoilers. But we do get that extra layer of insulation doing things on YouTube. See, that time I was quick enough. Why am I quick enough sometimes and other times not? I must be hesitating. I don't know. Hesitation is defeat. He didn't do a Lloyd's Talisman. I should have drank. Okay, sure. This one, that's the move there. All of a sudden, he's pulling that move out. What am I gonna do to respond to that move? Because, so he has a, it's like a, is he throwing his hip into me? Whatever he's doing, he's got like either his hip or his shoulder that he's hitting me with. And then there is a, what's the next part of the sequence? Does he swing the sword or is he letting the firecrackers loose? The firecrackers, I can kind of see them, but they're on a delay. What the hell am I supposed to do there? Al must know a lot about hesitation, because damn those feet. We were just talking about Lies of P earlier. People tell me that if I liked Sekiro, I would like Lies of P as well. I watched the gameplay, but I have a different opinion after watching it. We had one other person here who has... No, a couple other people. I forgot what Johannan said. What did you say about Lies of P? But maybe didn't think it was great. It's hard to replicate that FromSoft experience. I have not played it myself, though. %10 of the time that Lloyd's startup can change into the double slash. It's really tough. Dang. Ah, man, that is what makes some of these bosses. Inner Genichiro kind of had similar stuff where just like 5% or 10% of the time he would throw in something else at the end of a move where I'm expecting something completely different. Fear of Lloyd's Talisman conquered, I guess. I definitely am a little more, you know, getting into that mindset of, if I get hit by it, no big deal. We're just going to keep the fight going, and, you know, if healing happens, it happens. I'm not going to force it, though. Where was my deflects? I was late, apparently. That's what I get for pausing and trying to go back into the fight. I don't know what to do about that firecrackers move. Animation for his firecrackers is him spreading the gunpowder with his sword and then igniting on the second swing. OG keeping it simple. Okay. So what's the response? Don't I need to move out of the firecrackers? Because I can't imagine that I can deflect the firecrackers. Is that a thing? Can I literally deflect anything that I want? There's some stuff that has to be undeflectable, right? Right? Just move towards Owl, close the distance. Feels like, well, no, we don't want to close the distance with poison. I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll get to poison when we get to poison. Like here, I'm going straight into the Ichimonji because I'm like, okay, I'll eat the Lloyd's Talisman. It's fine. We'll live without the ability to heal because we're trying to get good here. We're trying not to worry about our vitality because ideally we just deflect everything. I don't know why I went for an Ichimonji. I think I accidentally had L1 and R1 that I pressed at the same time because I was indecisive about whether I was going to attack or block. Whoa. Sometimes he does that move, where he does the single shuriken and the big old whack. And I'm thinking it's double shuriken into overhand. nightjar, whatever. Most of his moves instill fear, so you... Or install fear, so you panic, like firecrackers or Lloyd's. Preying on the panic. Oh, so you like jumping back or getting behind. One way or the other, you don't want to be standing in the firecrackers, is the moral of the story. My response to the firecrackers is to sprint past him to the right and behind him for a slash or two, potentially even an Ichimonji. Okay. The first step is recognizing the firecrackers. So we'll work on that. We'll try to have that as a point of improvement. Owl is a bad father. Exactly at the same time as he throws the firecracker, I like to do a thrust counterattack after deflecting his shoulder and his sword. Okay. I need to see the firecrackers move again, and I'll have to think about which one of those strategies I want to employ. You think you used Raven Shuriken or Shuriken chasing slice to close the distance. Okay. The key is to see the attack coming. The key is always, the first key, the first step, recognizing the attack. I should Ichimonji. What am I doing? Wasn't close enough, goddammit. Ichimonji, you're supposed to step forward, I thought. Not enough. Too late. There's the... Is it longer? Does he have a longer windup? It felt like he took a bit longer to come from right to left and then go into the double slice. Is that the tell? Whereas when he does Lloyd's Talisman follow-up, it's a little bit of a shorter charge? Question mark? Knowing your enemy. Must know your enemy. Probably a good time to take a break shortly. Keep going for a little bit here, though. I like this pattern. It's just really hard to keep the... why do I keep going for Ichimonji there like an idiot? I think there's like an inner Genichiro. There's a part of me that looks for like... That's an inner Genichiro sort of moment where I'm supposed to... go for an Ichimonji, but it's not, clearly. God damn it. Nope, there's the double slice. Fuck. 10%, you say. 10%, you say. Fuck me. Oh, Owl. You are a terrible father. I hate you, Owl. We had such a good flow on that one attempt. Can we get that back? Gotta somehow rediscover that flow. Might. Too late. You can dodge through it, I guess, if you get lucky. I waited too long on the Ichimonji. Nope. There I go trying to dodge in response to it. Because I got lucky that one time and I dodged through it somehow. One way or the other. Okay, I think I'm kind of... Right, okay. We saw it a couple times now in those last couple attempts. I think I probably do gravitate more toward the idea of running close to him. So trying to run past and behind him slightly. And in the process, you do the spinning counterattack sort of deal. So maybe let's try that. Gotta try something. Jumping backward is okay, you just have to recognize it coming sooner. Didn't I jump too soon there? Akinar live fighting Al. This is the best Black Friday deal I've seen yet today. How you doing, Teaspoon? Welcome in, good to have you here. We're doing a lot of dying, as expected. But hopefully you're having a good Thanksgiving weekend. For those who are celebrating, either way, even for those who are not, we're extending... Us in the US are extending a happy Thanksgiving weekend. Didn't notice if you went forward on this one last time you dodged back. I dodged back in both cases. This time, my timing was different, and I think I got hit by the firecrackers, but I don't actually know. Maybe I got hit by the sword instead, or both. Either way, I died this time. Wasn't your back against the wall too? I don't think so. I think in both cases, I had room behind me. Both in front and behind. Getting stomped, sometimes literally. Fortunately, the stomp has actually been pretty infrequent compared to... You should have seen what was happening off camera. It felt like every single attempt was ending in a stomp. I was kind of blown away at how did I not ever see that move in New Game? It's because we're playing with Charmless Bell Demon. Our posture gets broken a lot more, but still. It may have been said, but the tell for firecrackers is the elbow, just like his father owl form. Okay, it's his elbow that he's... I noticed that it's a different motion compared to anything else. I just couldn't tell if it was his shoulder or his hip, but it is apparently his elbow. But I am starting to recognize that. 10% of the time, it happens 100% of the time. Better figure out what works best for you. I've seen 10 people play the same boss, each with their own combat and counter styles. And part of what we're doing here with the live stream, having a bunch of people watching, is offer ideas. Offer ideas and suggestions and options. And always the player ultimately has to apply their own play style to those options. Which is fun. It's part of the fun. Is dodging back safe? I've always jumped back. Maybe it is. I just need to do it at the right time if it is. Because that time it got me killed, it felt like. I like this one, except when he does the double slash. I'm going way too early that time. Nope. Can't you just do that move every single time? Can't you just do that move every single time? See, sometimes my counterattack is quick enough. I still got the Lloyd's effect there somehow. Today, fortunately, the stomps have been telegraphed enough or delayed enough where we've been able to dodge out of them and get an opening for Ichimonji. I can't heal. What am I doing? Can I heal now? I will heal now. Okay. 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 Going backwards is all right. It was still my instinctive. It was still my instinctive gut response, gut reaction. Lucky. But in my head, I like the idea of going towards him for a hit, because if we can get vitality damage during that, if that's an opening to get a hit, then we need to take it. I didn't safety roll in time. But there is definitely room to dodge back if you have to. The owl fight feels amazing. I wish there was more interesting mirror matches against Shinobi enemies. It's part of why Genichiro, I think, is my favorite. These type of fights where it feels like you are fighting sort of yourself are the best fights, I think, in the game. They're my favorite for sure. The good thing about the stomp is that he will always do it. If you have time, it's punishable. And we've had a lot of those moments. You like to dodge through to the right on the firecrackers for free hits, but it's higher risk, higher reward. I think that's really the way we want to go, because we have to take advantage of times to get vitality damage. Exactly. We can't do anything. We can't even get posture damage on him if we're backing away. So those are always the most fun bosses. Same in the Devil May Cry games, the ones where it feels like you're fighting a mirror match. I would love to play a Devil May Cry game again sometime, but I also have to be careful with my hands. Sekiro is not super demanding in that regard, but I do have to be careful even with Sekiro to take breaks. Another good thing about live streaming is you sort of naturally take a break to read chat. Where was my deflect there? Excuse me. That was kind of fortunate. So those natural breaks that come in between attempts do help to keep the fingers from getting worn out. But I'm not so sure that would be the case in a DMC game. I got that in just before I reapplied the Lloyds. That's hilarious. He did the double slash, motherfucker. This motherfucker. Well, that time I didn't even deflect. Come on. Sometimes my deflects are just late today. I needed to dodge there, whatever. Owl's voice actor is also one of my favorites. What did I do there? I guess I deflected? Okay. I at least went forward, so my instinct was to go forward there, which is a nice change. So I actually waited. I waited to do the safety roll that time because I wanted to take advantage. So that's another thing you can take advantage of, the stomp. We're starting to learn some of the ins and outs. We just gotta, put everything together. I really like getting you backed into a corner. I deflected way too early. Way too early. I wasn't expecting him to, like, charge across because we had him backed into a corner, or so I thought. I'm gonna hydrate again here. We'll go maybe another attempt or two, and then I'll take a little break. You would totally watch a DMC 3 or 5 playthrough. I've only played 1 and 2, so I've never actually played... Well, no, I played a very brief little bit of 5 when Joy was first playing, when it first came out. I was over there and she let me play a little bit. DMC 3 Virgil fights. DMC 1 Nilo Angelo. It's been so long. DMC and DMC 2. Like, I watched a little bit of Mabian playing them, but I didn't reabsorb any of it. So all my DMC knowledge has faded. Never played DMC 1. I played 3 on PC with an awkward gamepad setup. A shitty port, to be honest. 1 feels too old for me at this point. There's no way you played DMC 2? Did I not? Am I misremembering? Maybe it was just DMC. Maybe it was just the original. I think maybe you're right. You started DMC 2 and oh boy, that game is special. DMC 2 is hilariously bad. Maybe it was just DMC though that I played. It was on PlayStation 2. I remember that much. Maybe that's what I'm getting mixed up. My old man memory is starting to fail me here. And now it's been literally over 20 years since I played the original DMC on PlayStation 2. That was an awesome game, though. I remember having so much fun with that. And I had a lot of fun with DMC 5, the little bit that I played when I was with you, Joy. Dodging too much. I get thrown off when my counter hit gets counter, and I get mad internally, and I baby rage in that instant, and it throws me off from whatever the rest of the sequence is. Losing focus. I did not safety roll, because apparently I wasn't spamming B. Baby rage! Alright, Ak, glad to have run into you here. Y'all take care and enjoy your weekend. I'm gonna go take on some Artorias DLC in Dark Souls Remastered. Yo, that sounds like an awesome time. Have you... I'm guessing you've probably played it before. But if not, if it's your first time going in, you've probably played it before. But even if you've played it before, the Artorias DLC is one of the best. Have fun. We do love Artorias. Okay, let's take a little break. Quick little break, stretch, and get back to it here in just a second. I do have to remember what my keyboard shortcuts are, because it's been a while. But I will see y'all in a few minutes. All right, we back. We back. Bonfire lit as fuck. That is the handiwork of none other than Matt, my brother, who you see here in chat. The the video, photo, I guess maybe audio professional wizard himself. Mostly video professional though. And the stuff he does, I need to turn my controller back on. But the bonfire is among the many things that he has helped put together here for the channel. Live streams. It's all good stuff. He makes the thank you for watching screens at the end of the videos that you see. Okay, let's see if we can get back into the flow here. Great Shinobi Owl. Please, you have to cooperate at some point. At some point. You cadre old bastard.
Might.
No deflect. That was good too. There was good stuff that was happening there, and then I didn't deflect. No. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you guys are saying to run past him to the right in that instant. You must do that immediately after the elbow, because he has eventually, because what I did there is I dodged forward, I didn't run. So when he came through with his sword swing, I got whacked. But I guess what you're saying is if you run behind him, he doesn't hit you with that sword whack. You're out of range or out of the arc. I guess the benefit of deflecting the shuriken is continuing the sequence, while dodging stops it and might give him space to regain posture. Good point, Johannan. This is something that I have not internalized just yet, but I learned, or I had seen it demonstrated for the first time, or where it really solidified for me in watching somebody do deflect only Lady Butterfly. I saw a video where just deflecting, at least against Lady Butterfly, allowed her to, like you say, stay in sequence or continue the sequence of her moves. If that breaks at any point, that's when the posture recovery happens. As soon as the boss is no longer continuing their sequence of moves, if there is any break or gap in between that, and they're just sort of sitting there, that's when the posture recovery happens. And it doesn't take long. I'm guessing the posture recovery is a lot faster with Charmless Bell Demon, right? So as soon as that gap occurs, it's almost like they're fully healed. Assuming you've done a negligible amount of vitality damage. So I have liked the feeling, and when I deflected one of those shuriken, I did respond with a counter hit, which is something I had not done before. So that maybe is what we should try to do. Deflect the shuriken. I don't think I can follow up with an Ichimonji. I think I have to go with a counter hit. We'll see. It felt like there was a good flow, though, to part of that attempt.
Might.
Got it. Got it. I see what you guys are talking about. I'm spam deflecting. That's not good. Should be healing there, but oh, whatever. That was a new one. Dang it. I like it. I like it. See, he's not close enough to respond with a counter hit there sometimes with the shuriken. I need to be Ichimonjin, but whatever. Whoops. Did not deflect, apparently. Okay, I think we might have figured out the firecrackers, though. At least the firecrackers that he does most often. He threw the firecrackers out there in a spot I had never seen him do before, or at least not in this round of practice. Maybe it happened. Did the firecrackers ever even happen? It only took me 3 attempts in New Game. So I admittedly did not really learn Owl in New Game. But I don't think we ever saw firecrackers. I could be wrong. Who needs healing when you're not getting hit? Did pretty good. I'm feeling more comfortable with many of the... recognizing many of the moves, but there's still... the deflect timings need work. It's almost like you should not fear the Lloyd if you are not planning on flasking. It's a great game plan if you can not rely on flasking. Let's keep working on it. I feel like I'm doing a lot better about not panic drinking on this fight. So that is one good improvement.
Might.
Now, I assume when he does a big move, when an enemy knocks you down like that, where they do a big move and you're sort of like, I don't know if it's called a stagger or whatever, or a flinch, but I assume there's nothing to be done about that, that some moves just have that, and you're gonna have to deal with it, or live with it. If there is some way to react to that better, I'd love to know. Dang it. I thought I was close enough to get the hit. I should be going for a swing there. He really does not turn around for a very long time, does he? I can't go for a counter there. Nope. Nope. Oh, the ideal is Raven to punish the big knockback attack. Miss Raven. We're not using Shuriken. Maybe I should just put Miss Raven on the bar. I don't know that I have the ability to recognize that big knockback attack. So I might Miss Raven at the wrong times. Is it better to Miss Raven above the enemy? Because if you just neutral stick Miss Raven, you go above the enemy, right? Is it better to do that? Is it better to, like, do neutral Mist Raven into Ichimonji? Can you just do an Ichimonji from above? That's what you mean. It's a lot of practice, right? Yeah. You did say you could never unlearn your muscle memory for deflecting it. It's hard. It's very tough. We'll put it there on the bar just because we're not using the Shuriken. I almost want to... We have 9 skill points. Maybe I should just pick up this Fang and Blade and try it. We could try it out. It's only 2 skill points. We got to get it eventually, right? I'm also a little wary about changing game plans. I'm not sure this is changing game plans, though. This is just sort of giving us an extra little thing to respond with. Let's just go and pick up Fang and Blade, because we're going to get it eventually. We can use it with Axe, Spear, and Mistraven. I don't think we want to use either of those other 2 in this fight. But theoretically, this could be something we add to Headless Ape after we do the dragging the centipede out of the neck. Isn't that what this is for? Experiment and practice? Very true. Very true. So let's try it. I don't know when we're going to use Mistraven, but what I will try is to do neutral Mistraven. If I can do that. My muscle memory is to dodge behind. You know, teleports behind you, Mistraven. Oh. Let's do that. Let's try again. We go again.
Might.
See, that's okay. It's hard to distinguish that move from the double, you know, the double shuriken into overhead, right? Oh, I didn't do a second swing. I don't know what happened there. Shit. My deflects are just off sometimes. Gotta keep working. Dang, too early. No, why am I dodging backward? No, I'm panic healing. Panic healing. That was not a good one. That was not a good one. We didn't use Mistraven at all either. But let's try that again. Can be very tough to get back into rhythm.
Might.
Now maybe that was going to be the Mistraven move there. Does maybe he has like a longer windup with the single shuriken? It feels like there is actually, now that I saw them back to back, I think the move that you're talking about, the Mistraven move, is one that has a slightly longer shuriken windup. I think that's the tell. I was supposed to heal or something there, but I thought he was going to do another move. And then I healed too late. Okay. Hesitation is defeat. Hesitation is defeat. I'm overthinking. I'm getting into an overthinking mode. That was lucky. That was lucky. Download processing. We are lagging out seriously on that download right now. Gonna need to retry the whole download.
Might.
It is kind of nice when he fortunately runs into the second Ichimonji for you. My deflects, where are they? I was so surprised to be alive that I didn't know what to do. Really? You get him back into a corner, it's usually a pretty favorable pattern for you. You just have to keep it going for a long time. I went into Ichimonji. I did not mean to go into Ichimonji. I thought I had like a swing, and then I was deflecting. I screwed up the button sequence, though. Yeah, this is all good experience. You're definitely right. I'm reaching that point probably where even though I've taken a break, I can still feel a little bit of a, you know, exhaustion. It might be a good thing maybe just to change things up and go to a different fight, but we'll keep going with Owl. We are noticing new things, and there's going to be a serious fresh brain energy that comes about in the next play session, I have a feeling. We're doing a lot of, we're working out the brain today, and then we'll get that rest and recovery for the next play session. But I had this in Hollow Knight all the time. It's just the nature of any sort of boss grind where you go through ebbs and flows. It feels like things start to click, and then you have a bit of a regression. Or an attempt, or maybe several attempts. I am just not getting close enough sometimes to him. That was lucky that he went into the Lloyds there. I really shouldn't have gone into the Ichimonji blind. I should not have gone into Ichimonji at all there. Why did I instinctively go into Ichimonji? Why is he swinging at me as soon as I am rezzing? That's not fair. That's not very Shinobi-like. I am not really making a dent in his posture. Holy shit. Should have probably taken a drink. He just has so much damn posture. We are kind of making a dent, like slowly but surely. We're progressing. I keep wanting to go for Ichimonji there, and that time it worked out, but it was not the right call. Having a little tough time seeing here as I get up against the wall. Now we will drink. I will take a drink here. I'm going for Ichimonji at the absolute wrong time. I have to iron out this wrinkle in my processing here. Not the right time for Ichimonji. I keep thinking there's going to be an attack with that little hippity hop that he's doing. Because it reminds me of Genichiro doing his little jump in the air. His, the little downward stab that he does into his Makiri counterable move. Soul's fatigue is a thing. I feel like we might be getting to that point of the day. We'll keep going for a few more reps here. I have not used the Mist Raven into the... Maybe we should just force, just for the sake of variety, just try to force doing Mist Raven into Fang and Blade and just see what happens. Let's do that for this next attempt. Mix it up. Sometimes you just need a little variety.
Might.
See, I didn't hit him there? Okay. So, I don't know if that's the normal range on this thing. Nope, that's too soon. So, it's probably not a good idea to Mist Raven the kick. Probably not the move you want to be Mist Ravening. That's not bad. I didn't see how much vitality damage it did. That's actually a pretty good chunk of vitality damage. Alright. It's at least, it gives us a way to spend Spirit Emblems. So I like that. See, that one is a little bit... I think there is a longer windup on that. It's very subtle. But it is a slightly longer Shuriken windup. We'll see if I can ever learn to recognize that. Meant to do Ichimonji there, somehow it didn't happen. So dodging behind him is not bad either. Mist Raven can be a good addition to this fight, I think. I really do like Mist Raven, the mobility that it gives you, and having it as just an extra, another tool in our mobility set. And I like that Fang and Blade. Does some pretty good vitality damage, seems like. Gotta have some fresh air now and then. Gotta give the brain something new to chew on.
Might.
He actually didn't do firecrackers there. Is that because I did Mist Raven? I wondered. I can't heal. That double slash, motherfucker. That one. He raises his hand higher. I don't know if it's longer, but he definitely raises his hand, and there's like a little glimmer of the shuriken that is not there when he does the double shuriken. There is a very noticeable tell. I just have to work it into my muscle memory, but the tell is there. I think I see the tell, Johannan. So then if that is the case, would you Mist Raven the shuriken, or would you Mist Raven the big follow-up slash that knocks you back? Maybe both of them are fine. Mist Raven on either of them could be a good answer. But I think that is definitely, if you watch closely, when he raises his hand to throw the shuriken, it goes higher. And I think maybe even the shuriken has a little bit of a brighter glimmer to it when he's getting ready to do the single into the big body slam or whatever. It's not a body slam, but the knockback move. Those kind of moments of realization are really fun. I remember having that against Nightmare King Grim. That was one of the... That is one of those fights where it's all about tells. And once you recognize those tells of what's coming next, the fight is trivial. But just recognizing them in the first place is half the battle. Boy, we really screwed him up on that, didn't we? Okay, I like Mist Raven. I like Mist Raven for this. Double slash, goddammit! Fuck me. Why did I not safety roll? Okay. Stats all looking pretty good. I like to see that. Let's go a few more attempts on this, and then I think we might switch over to Headless Ape just for variety. Just to give me that breath of fresh air. The hold R1 move, man, that is something I really should use a lot more. I should definitely use it a lot more. It's one of those that's just not in the muscle memory. I'll see if I can play around with that. But I also do like a variety of moves. It just feels more fun to play that way.
Might.
How did I get hit? Oh my god, that's lame. Late. Seizure warding there for camera doing whatever the fuck it was doing. Don't really need... It's doing it again. Fuck. I need to stay out of that little zone right there. Can't heal. Double slash, no! Why? Why must you do this to me? You know, Miss Raven against the kick is actually not too bad. Because what it does is it like really screws up his AI. He's like, he's people running right past you. No idea where you are. So it's not a bad move actually. Why am I Ichimonjin? Why do I do this to myself? Okay, we're gonna take a break from this fight. Because I'm getting into some bad patterns here, and we need some fresh air. We need to switch it up a little bit. Dodge forward plus hold R1 felt right to you. Running as well. A run into the hold R1. I know I used that against Corrupted Monk a little bit. That felt pretty good. Maybe just like little twirl he does. Because if you do it, he does a twirl even if you don't hold, right? But if you, let's see, if you dodge, it does the twirl the other direction, but then a hold also does it the other direction. So there's a couple different twirls, whether you're dodging or running. Okay, now with Headless Ape, I did watch a video with Headless Ape, and there was what looked like a pretty potent strategy if you can execute it. Very big if, but the person I saw doing this had firecrackers that were being used to basically just eliminate the second ape in phase 2 almost instantly. I guess because the firecrackers were being done at close range. They were spamming firecrackers at close range, it felt like. They were having to dodge some of the attacks from the Headless Ape. But they were able to eliminate the second ape very quickly because they broke its posture. They broke her posture so quick with the firecrackers. The few times that I tried this off camera, it didn't go nearly as well. So I don't know exactly what I was doing wrong, but there is room for improvement there for sure if I'm going to do that strategy. Maybe it's a very, very difficult to execute strategy. I don't know. What combat art was being used? I think they were actually using a combat art that I'm not familiar with. So I don't know that that's important. We could have Sakura Dance here to use against sweep attacks. Maybe I'll throw that there. But it does use spirit emblems, so... Because the thing about the... Oh, right. Okay, another thing that I learned. So I actually learned a couple things. One of them is this firecracker strategy to spam down or zerg down the second ape. But there's also the umbrella that you can use to completely shield yourself from the big terror scream, which is kind of cool. And then, of course, you have the spear strategy that Matt filled me in on when you get him deflected with the big overhead sword attack. Firecrackers plus oil into flame vent. Felt like abuse to you. Huh, I didn't see that. The person who did this video was executing this so well that there was no need for flame vent or oil or anything like that. It was just firecrackers. They were just going so quickly, getting up in the face of the second ape and just firecrackers, 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 and then the posture was broken. It was insane. Ooh, projected force on the flame vent. We haven't got projected force unlocked yet. What they were also using was Yashiriku's sugar. So we can try to do some Yashiriku's sugar stuff here and see how this goes. I'm sure it won't backfire at all. But let's give some shots on Headless Ape here, just to mix things up. Go big or go home, pretty much. I know you are a big fan. Johannen's a big fan of the Yashirikus. I'd like that it allows us to get value from our Tonto. The synergy between Tonto and Yashirikus feels very nice. And I love the umbrella. The way the umbrella lets you tank and stay close here. But if you don't deflect, you die instantly. So, it has its drawbacks. I thought I deflected that one. I definitely missed the first one, but I thought I was going to get that second one. Greedy hits. Greedy hits are the, I mean, they're always going to get you. The greed is always going to get you. Let's see how greedy we can get without dying. Normal Umbrella also blocks Terror Scream. Apparently, this is not quite Normal Umbrella. It is the magnetized version. So do with that what you will. But this was the exact same version that I saw in the video. And I was kind of surprised. I was like, I would have thought you would have needed the Apparition Umbrella. But apparently the Magnet one does it as well. Who knew? It's pretty sick, though. I got greedy again. Once again, greedy. Greedy, greedy, greedy. The greed is enticing. The greed is enticing because if you do it right, you get so many... You can get the stagger in there. Oh, okay. I don't know what I was doing there. But then, of course, the greed will get you killed as well, so... It makes sense. My first intuition was if somebody had told me to think about Umbrella for this fight, I would have thought the purple one, the Apparition one, because it's connected to Terror. Did not go into the Scream, at least right away. We got a stagger off. I'm getting so greedy after the stagger. I'm getting surprised that the stagger happens, and then I'm completely losing my focus, or looking toward not being too greedy. You can wait a long time before activating that umbrella, which is pretty cool. Oh, I wasn't dead. I'm still not dead. I'm still not dead until then. I generally do better with Headless Ape the less spammy I'm getting, the less spammy that I get with attacks. I usually do better with that phase of the fight if I'm just kind of backing off and focusing on deflects. But now that I've seen that you can get staggers if you are ultra aggressive, I'm torn between the two ends of the spectrum. We got to find that right balance. Oh, I thought that was supposed to be Fang and Blade there. Did I not do that right? Or is that Chasing Slice? No, it's Chasing Slice with the spear, not Fang and Blade. Don't have the timing on that. Are you dead already? Okay. Now, there is apparently a spot where you can get here. Not that spot. Supposedly, you're able to get up. No, not like that. I'm very slow on this part. Like, this is the part where I don't know how to execute this, but you're supposed to be able to, like, get right up and, like, do firecrackers in the second ape's face, but I'm terrible at doing it. I think it's a strategy you really, really have to get good at. And I might have to ultimately fall back to a more normal strategy in that section. Because there's like an ideal place to stand where you can like activate Yashiriku's and then get like 2 or 3 firecrackers off before the Headless Ape comes after you. It's really tough to execute. I've gotten it a couple times, kind of. We'll see. We'll see how we go. But we got to the second phase, at least. The first phase is really not the most complicated by any stretch. Once you get used to it, it really is pretty straightforward. Didn't deflect. And then I tried to drink for some reason. What am I doing? What am I doing here? I missed it. Fuck. I have noticed that if you don't actually hit the deflects at the right time, that he won't actually get staggered the way that he should. I'm trying to mix things up. We're working on Headless Ape just because I need to mix things up. Al was starting to get a little bit stale for me, and I was getting in a rut. We got to mix things up. Got to have a bit of variety. Headless felt manageable enough for me with his slow attacks that I could focus on his partner. It may ultimately be that I should just not try to do this, you know, kind of a cheesy strat that I saw demonstrated in the video I watched, and just go with a more normal ONS style approach. I can still use firecrackers, just in a kind of a normal way. We'll see. It is really not too different from ONS in terms of you have to keep both of them in line of sight. The normal rules apply. Watch both enemies. See, the chasing slice feels like it takes me a step back. I don't know what's up with that. Fuck. Okay. Probably getting landed on is not the way to go. If I get stomped on immediately by the partner, probably not ideal. God damn it. I'm not sure if I can... if Yashiriku's is the way for me to go in the second phase. My margin for error... I really have to get into that, you know, zerging down the second ape. And I just don't have practice doing it. I'm trying to do a strategy that is probably very difficult to actually pull off. Back to the stomping and twice the amount of feet. So maybe we'll focus on that second phase, just doing things normally. And go with like an Akko sugar instead. I do like the Yashiriku's sugar in the first phase. It feels like I can get away with it. Because there's a lot of free hits to be had here at the beginning. Not if I don't have my umbrella equipped, though. Somehow... Oh, I thought it was alive. Never mind. If I don't have the umbrella equipped to actually block the fucking terror scream... Whoops. Pay no attention to that attempt. Pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, we're just trying a different fight for now. We may go back to Owl here in a bit. Just mixing things up for the moment. What attempt? What attempt? Yeah, exactly. I don't know what you're talking about. That was a stretch break. Shit. You can pull that umbrella out so late. So much later than you might think. Need to be deflecting. Who wants some? One of you. Come and get it. Well, that was supposed to be a deflect. That would have looked a lot better if I had actually deflected at that moment. I missed it. I went too early on the deflect. There are some big damage moments still to be had if we can execute that deflect when he goes for the big attack there. Oh god. Doing that fight the normal way is probably the way to go. I would love it though if I could do this Zerg Firecracker strat. It looked so good. But of course the people who do something really well tend to make it look easy. Let's get our umbrella out this time. You did not go for your scream. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. So if we dodge this here, he should go into... Yeah, there you go. Too early. Fuck me. Ah, I missed it. God damn it. Too early on that one. I did not think he was coming with the sequence. I did not think that he was going to come right away with that. What's going on here? That's more of what that's supposed to look like. We're almost there. We were almost there on getting you. But now I'm out of spirit emblems. I could just kill you potentially. That's the closest that I've gotten to replicating that strat. I was very close to breaking her posture. So there's that. There maybe is a proof of concept in there somewhere. This is doable. Okay, I have a question. If anybody knows. Does taking an Akko's sugar or a Yashiriku's sugar increase the damage of firecrackers? So close yet so far, I know. But does Yashiriku's increase the posture damage that you do with firecrackers? I feel like the answer might be yes, but I have also not tested it. You would not think that it would. Okay. Don't know anything about buffs. I just got the feeling that my firecrackers were doing more damage when I had Yashiriku's, but I cannot say definitively. Okay, well that was something. That was definitely something. Let's try that again. Smooth. Fuck. I'm running out of firecrackers. My firecrackers alone aren't doing it. And now her posture is recovered significantly. Getting in a corner against these two is bad news. It's really hard to deflect him when she's also whacking me over the head. The beasts are just weaker to firecrackers. Maybe that's what it is. Very close to breaking her posture. Very close to getting that down. Just gonna quickly stretch it out here. All right, let's go back and do a few more attempts on Owl, and then we'll call it a day. But I think this has been a good first foray into YouTube live streaming. I've had a lot of fun. We're doing so much dying, but in the process also lots of learning, which is great. Go back to the Mist Raven here. Got Ichimonji still. Do I feel ballsy enough to switch to Yashiriku's on Owl? I don't think so. We'll just go with this. See if we can make it back to the second death blow.
Might.
2 in a row? Okay, sure. How did he not stomp me? I don't know. I don't know why I dodged there as well. Should have been a Mist Raven.
親は絶対逆らうことは許されん。守れておらん。
Shit.
所詮は野良犬だった。
This fight is tough.
Might. Sakatabuyo no. Oi!
He let me get away with it. Can't heal. Can't heal. Shit. The double slash always gets me. The double slash. Motherfucker, the double slash. My awesome plan of following up with Ichimonji at that point has a glaring weakness when he does the double slash. So we might need to change our game plan. But I don't know if I can do that at this late stage of this stream. That might be something I have to fresh brain. What would the alternative be? The alternative would just be following up with a counterattack instead of an Ichimonji. Because if I do that, if I do a counterattack, if I do a counterattack, I can still do an Ichimonji if he does the Lloyd's Talisman. We have time to do both, I think. Well, but I knock him out of the Lloyd's Talisman, that's the thing. So... but we get vitality damage either way. So you can also do Ichimonji out of a Mistraven. That might be something I need to explore more. As a posture recovery tool, simply alone. Just as a posture recovery tool, you know? When I know that my posture is backed up against the wall. I don't know why I went for Ichimonji. What am I doing? Fuck me. Fuck. Oh my god. We'll do a couple more attempts, but I think we can see that well, I was gonna say we can see that it's time to call it a stream, but there was one sequence, there was one part of maybe 2 attempts ago where we had a pretty good flow going. I can definitely feel the fatigue though. It's been a fun stream. Either way. Lots of learning.
Might.
Wow, what in the hell did I do there? What in the hell did I do there? I was trying to do Miss Raven and I did it at all the wrong times. We got some tech, and I'm sure you will crush it on your first attempt for YouTube. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I appreciate the faith. I wish I was as sure about that. We might do another live stream. I don't know. I was wanted to get one victory under my belt in the reflection. One stinking victory. That's all I wanted to get. And then I could say, okay, let's go and actually head for New Game Plus here. Put what we've learned into action. But that is proving to be quite the difficult feat. Shit. I went for Ichimonji when I should have just gone for the Fangin Blade. I could have waited there, try to bait out the stomp. Hey, that's the second death blow. All right. I don't know exactly what the optimal response is supposed to be there. Probably didn't need to drink. Can't drink. Okay, we're out of emblems. No more Ravening. The kick is getting me right now. Fuck. I thought I safety rolled out of it. Still have a res. He's getting me with the shuriken. It seems like the shuriken is a follow-up very often to the poison. I don't know if it's guaranteed, but I need to be wary of that. I'm backing up out of the poison, which is good, but we have to also be ready for the shuriken follow-up to that. Okay. I think that's where we're going to go ahead and call it a day. I think we're going to end on that high note because that was the best attempt, and there's part of me that wants to jump back in and say, man, we got so close. We might get the win today, but at the same time, my hand is also feeling a little bit, especially that R1 index finger gets a little worn out. And I feel like that's some good momentum for us to take into whatever we do next. We'll see. I'll have to think about whether I want to do another practice session here. We might just maybe do a shorter stream at some point, an impromptu stream with a little bit more practice to try to get that one single win in the reflection before we jump into recording the next episode of New Game Plus. But however we decide to end up proceeding, progress has been made, and that we can call a success. Oh man, the chasing Raven into Ichimonji was sick. I love the ability, the fact that you can do the mid-air combat arts. It's a pretty awesome move to be able to go above the enemy and bring down an Ichimonji. It's not foolproof. You have to do it at the right time. but I like it. I like the options we're getting. Progress was made, fun was had. Matt, Joy, Johannan, and all the others who have dropped by today and have been hanging out. And for those who are watching later, that is the other nice thing about YouTube, is that this will be available for those to watch after the fact who were not able to make it live, if you would like to see all the torture in its entirety. But yes, fun times were had, progress was made, and I think that's where we're going to call it for now. So until next time, we'll do the live stream edition of Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one. As I now move over to hit the stop streaming button. Y'all have a wonderful Peepo cheer. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your Friday, rest of your Thanksgiving weekend. Whatever you are deciding to do. I need to get some food. I don't know what I'm going to eat yet. There was a good idea there about burgers. Maybe I'll follow through with that, but we'll see what we do here. Y'all take it easy. See you next time.